see Tower of Time in the back. Welcome everyone to another episode of Mukluk Streams. I am your charming, self-proclaimed yet still humble host Mukluk, and today we're picking up where we left off in Tower of Time so long ago last Tuesday. I think this will probably be the last Tower of Time stream. From what I understood, with the small spoiler of me googling how many floors are in the tower, we're on the last floor. So there's a strong possibility that we're going to finish Tower of Time today, see the finale, whatever the finale is, and go from there. If we have time left over, maybe go back into Rivellon. The beams of energy below you must consume massive amounts of power. If only your champions knew what made such demands. If only. So all my characters are max level. I have nothing else I can spend all this bukus of gold on at the moment. Hey, Oni! What's up, my man? Hello again. The sounds of metal crashing against stone echo throughout the chambers. A lone soldier of the Pure Empire stands dismantling one of the Organte listening devices. He seems uninterested in most of the parts he pulls away, tossing them over his shoulder without care. After a few moments, the soldier senses the presence of your party and turns to face them. His bronze-colored armor, heavily accented with gold, is highlighted by a handful of medallions on his chest, and the bright multicolored peacock-like feathers of his helmet. A small ivory horn and satchel lie strapped across his chest. So you are the great champions of this land. How am I? I'm good. Better now. It's a rough day at work, and I'm glad to be home. And Tower of Time, this game here, is a title I've been working on a couple of days a week for a month or two now, and I'm pretty sure we're going to finish it here within the next hour or two. So I'm looking forward to seeing the finale of this and see how it finally wraps up. We know. Hand over our technology and impurers, blah blah blah. You know, yet you do not comply. Blasphemy. You truly are arrogant people, to come to our land uninvited and presume to impose your will. I know not how the races of your world responded to your aggression, but Artara will be no easy prize to claim. Your resistance is irrelevant. We come with the holy word and purpose. Always our crusade. And in truth, we were not uninvited. We were led here by our benefactor. He who was appointed by God, the High Priest, the Forerunner. He has revealed this tower gateway to your world, not only as means of capturing impures trying to escape our own, but as a haven of impure that needs to be purified. Summoning her magic. The Queen of Shadows has seen the quality of your pure empire, and she is not impressed. She says your benefactor was a fool, and he has only led your people to their doom, so let them come, and we will dispatch them like all the rest. Good. Polluted civilizations that do not resist are much more difficult to cleanse. What you have seen of our empire is only the summit of the mountain. You cannot fathom our numbers. We will pour through this tower like a righteous torrent, sweeping away everything that stands in our way. Millions of soldiers whose only glory is to die in the name of our benefactor and lord. Let's get to the fighting, huh? Large boast from a small man. Before any of your champions can react, the bronze-armored soldier raises the ivory horn to his lips and gives a sharp blow, filling the chamber with a high-pitched moan. Within seconds, fanatical human soldiers are pouring into the chamber behind the hornblower. By far the most your champions have yet encountered. Once assembled in the room, they draw weapons, staring at Rakem, Bor, and Eric, and whisper with deep-seated hatred burning within their eyes. Nearly unable to restrain themselves, they wait desperate with anticipation for their leader's command. Kill them all. Thank you. That's what I needed. Alright, Ferdinand Magellan. Let's see, armor, purity, defensive aura, pure resistance, health of the empire. Oh my gosh. So he just has insane buffs. He has 3 auras. He just gives insane buffs to all allies near him. That's pretty much it. Alright, so it's been 6 days. Let's see if I can remember how to play this.
Right between the eyes.
My blade is yours to command.
Yours to command.
Acknowledge.
Is that him? Yeah, there's Ferdinand, so that's the boss man.
Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Okay, let's have everyone come back here to line of sight him around the corner.
Affirmative.
Alright.
Moving into position.
While he's moving in,
Maninata.
I'm going to slow time down for a second and use all our skills.
Mani.
Shoot them.
How may I help you?
Since there's a boss health bar at the top of the screen, we're pretty sure that this is going to be one of those where as soon as the boss dies, you win the fight. I don't think I have to survive waves of enemies.
Fire.
Alright, I'm going to draw a small wall here, which is going to make all these units have to go around the wall.
Between the eyes. Yes.
He's almost gone. If my theory is right, I won't have to even kill that wave that just came in.
How may I help you?
Yep. Ah, take that, Mr. Racist Crusader. Alright. Got 2 guns from that fight, along with some resources. Many of the human soldiers lie wounded or dying as Kain presents Proteus' crystal and begins siphoning life essence. The action causes the remaining survivors to scream out "Diablos!" and recoil in terror. Amid the chaos of the scrambling, screaming survivors, Whisper notices the librarian's crystal. It pulsates quickly with a bright glow that increases in speed with each passing second. Torchlight behind the party announces the librarian's arrival to the chamber. Oh my, what happened here? We had no choice. They are religious fanatics from another place. I see. How unfortunate. We found their machine components. We can get that listening device back up and running again. Excellent, well done. Rakem presents the 2 components and the librarian takes them with a gracious nod. He then walks over to the leader of soldiers who is on his dying breath. The soldier withdraws a small blue crystal pulsating rapidly with brightness. Benefactor, I summoned you as soon as I saw them. In God's name we tried to purify them, but they proved too strong. Ah, the librarian is the benefactor. What a twist! Indeed, your weakness and failure suppresses his word. You must repent in purgatory before you may visit the holy resting place. But benefactor, these devils have a crystal that steals our souls. I've seen it with my own eyes. They seek to capture our immortal selves and send us to hell. You're Magus Sleeth. Bowing to Maeve with a smile. The one and only, at your service, Archeress. The one responsible for opening the portals, for corrupting so much of this tower, for causing so much death and suffering. But that cannot be! The Magus Sleeth lived during my lady's time. That would make him over 1,000 years old. Not even the Magi were immortal. The librarian, now revealed as Sleeth, turns back to the leader lying prone on the floor, his faltering eyes white with fear. Very observant dwarf, but time no longer has meaning to me. I found other ways to sustain myself over the years. Oh, is he going to use the souls somehow? Sleeth extends his hand over the dying soldier and the panicked human suddenly tenses. The skin peels away from Sleeth's face, exposing bone and long rotted flesh. With glowing red eyes, the Magus summons up the soldier's energy. The skin on Sleeth's face repairs itself, returning to its previous normal and healthy appearance, while the soldier on the floor becomes emaciated and dies. So, drain life. Sleeth then turns to your champions with his eyes still glowing red. Since you've acquired all the components I need to continue my communications with Yorgante, your usefulness has all but come to an end. I will leave you, for now. Okay, Bond villain. The librarian's hand rises up in your party's direction and begins to glow. A bright flash blinds your champions. When they recover their sight, Sleeth is gone. Your champions look at each other with bewildered eyes. Drink of water. So the Mad Magi Sleeth somehow survived all these years, and was right under our noses the entire time. He used us as pawns in his grand game, manipulating us into doing his bidding and delivering the objects of his desire. Not to mention catalyzing these fanatical humans into genocide on their world and ours. Kain shakes his head and walks off. Where are you growing, Solarian? Should we not seek justice against this malefactor? No, your grace, we can't let him distract us from completing our quest. We must press on. But we can't just let him get away with it, Kay. I have no intention of doing so, Hycurian. If our paths cross again, we will deliver the ultimate justice. This I swear. Okay. Let's see. Game is saving, so it lagged for a second there. Is there anything else I can do in this room? Little side area over here. Computer. Oh, some gold. 109 gold. The door is locked, bearing a sign of the tower avatar. Your champions must destroy the memory bank first to proceed further. am I on this map? I'm over here. Travel disc. Oh, it looks like there might be some stuff over there. Alright, so we're gonna have to backtrack a little bit. So if memory serves, we had found and broken 2 memory banks. We knew there was at least a 3rd one, but we had not found it yet. Let's see. Anything in here I need to break? Some kind of weird testing chamber, guy in a cage. The airplane terminal conveyor belts, as I recall. Did I ever find the key to open this cage with the dead prisoners? Nope, I did not. Assuming that's even possible to open anyway, which I don't know. Just see if there's anything. I remember the big fight that we had in this room. Okay, I'm pretty sure we destroyed those terminals when we fought in here last time. Alright, so now we're at the greenhouse. Check the big map, alright. Alright, so I could take that teleport. Oh, what's this? Geothermal generator. Okay, so nothing really I can do there, it's just some lore bits. Alright, this takes me close to the closed portal. Let's see if we can open that yet. Can we go through here now? Gathering before the 3rd and final databank barrier. Okay, here's the databank. Your champions withdraw Proteus' crystal. Before presenting it to the barrier and willing the essence release, they pause in silence. Their hesitation builds until finally someone speaks. A smart man knows the name of every poisonous flowering plant in the north. A wise man knows which poisonous plants can be taken in the proper doses to cure sickness. Do we know all the facts? Do we have the right to render this final judgment on the Avatar? I cannot help but wonder how she helped us in the beginning. Kain looks to each of his companions, then takes up Proteus' crystal. We have come too far to turn back now. The Avatar chose her path, now for all of our Tara's sake, we must choose ours. Kain presents the crystal with the life essence released and lowers the 3rd and final databank barrier. Immediately upon entering the databank chamber, your champions notice a 3rd silver recorder connected directly to the machinery. Unlike the other smooth, clean silver devices, this one is cracked, decolored, dented, and sits ajar, as if ready to crash down on the floor in any moment. Unlike the other databank rooms, this chamber is filled with clockwork mechanisms, gears of all kinds and pieces of clockwork constructs. Apparently someone was using this databank room as a clockwork storage facility at some time. This is no damage by mechanical failure. Someone was purposefully trying to destroy the recorder. Someone didn't want anyone to know what it contained. Then the Queen of Shadows is intrigued. Can you recover the Avatar files, engineer? Does it matter? We cannot alter our path now. The bottom of the tower is nearly in sight. Kayla manipulates the recorder and is able to recover a single Avatar recording. Ignoring Kain's discouragement, she plays it for all to hear. Tower log 98. Today marks my 3rd attempt at trying to breach the barrier protecting Proteus. The Magi are pleased with my progress and convinced that I will soon adapt to successfully lowering the First Magus' defenses. So assured are they in my ability, they've already begun celebrating Proteus' death. They speak of it at long last, stopping the traitor corrupted by the Organte and saving our Tara. But their celebration is cause for my concern. I have growing suspicion something is dreadfully wrong. I must investigate further, and pray to the great spirits my father creators have told me about that I am wrong. Your party stands contemplating the last Avatar log in silence. You feel distinct reluctance among them to carry out the destruction of the final databank. Even Kain, though driven by duty, struggles to stifle such feelings. It changes nothing. We must destroy these machines and be done with it. So do I get a choice, or is he just gonna break it? Oh, there's the Avatar again. As Kane raises his weapon, a rush of warm air and crackle of energy fill the chamber. Though Kane has enough time to smash the equipment, he lowers his blade and faces the Avatar one last time. The Avatar remains silent, looking curiously at the 7 champions gathered before her. Why were you about to destroy this databank? My systems inform me Databank 1 and 2 are offline. If this databank is removed, my program would reinitialize, erasing centuries of accrued experience. Well, this is awkward. Strange. She realizes our intention, but does not recognize us. So she lost the memories of our previous battles because we destroyed 2 databanks. Obviously, your system is struggling without the use of her other 2 databanks. Thank you. I do not know if I have the strength to continue in her presence. Perhaps if we could convince her to leave us, we only need but a moment. A sudden flash of recognition washes across the Avatar's eyes. I thought perhaps the same thing, for a moment. You must stop what you're doing, before it's too late. Do you not understand? He's using you. He will destroy everything. In case you've forgotten, you've been trying to kill us the entire time, sending every defense mechanism you could muster against us. Proteus has done nothing but help us, give us information. I beg of you, please, you must not descend any further. We will in fact do that. My lord seeks audience with this Proteus, so shall it come to pass. Kane raises his blade and lashes out to destroy the machinery. Just before the shield guard's steel makes contact, the Avatar's blade blocks his weapon. The familiar crackle of energy fills the chamber, condensing around the Avatar, shrouding her in a shimmering field of energy. Behind her, the clockwork mechanisms begin leaping off the ground, animated by the crackling energy. They slowly pull themselves together, rising as complete constructs. Here we freaking go! She has Force Field, Drill Beam, Acid Rain, Unknown Effect, and Command Aura. Okay.
Ready to serve, my lord.
Oh yeah, we ready.
Money.
Unleash hell.
Alright. Where's the best spot to fight? So there's a portal. Oh, we got 2 portals in this fight. Okay.
Yes.
So let's rush the southern portal if we can.
Your wish is my command. At your service. Acknowledge.
Yeah.
Summon all the abilities.
May the light guide your path.
Alright, so I'm gonna have my ranged attackers focus on the portal.
Can I help you?
Yes.
Try to burn that down. Alright, done.
Yes. Of course.
Ready to serve, my lord.
Oh no, is that a mana? Oh, it is. There's a mana absorber back there
How
draining
may I
us.
serve you?
Money.
Can I help you?
Right between the eyes.
So he's shooting the ranger. The ranger just ran completely out of mana. So I'm gonna have my ranged people focus down the mana absorber. Alright, so there is another portal over there, but it's a really long run, so we're just gonna work on the boss right now.
Right between the eyes.
Money Marte.
Yes.
Boss almost to 50% life.
Sire?
Yes.
Let's have the range turn and kill this green golem that's channeling some kind of ability back here. There we go.
Money.
What is that?
How may I
ability?
serve you?
Unleash hell.
Can I help you?
Oh, that's the acid rain. Fantastic. Sunder armor for 20 seconds. Okay. I can deal with that if there's nothing else.
Money Marte.
How may I serve you?
My
Handle that.
blade is yours to command.
Yours to command. I got the ranged attackers on attack near us, so that they're handling that one
May the light
mob
guide
coming from the
your
back.
path.
Yes.
Shoot them.
Oh, look up there. We had just had a massive wave coming from the north portal, and then we beat her. Nice. Oh wow, she must have been immune to air damage. Look at that. The magic air bows did 0 damage. That's unfortunate. Apparently she was very resistant to a lot of things. This did 0, 100, 46, 15,000. Very different. So she was like, I don't know, almost completely resistant to water. And is that void? No, that's sorry, they do physical damage. But then the bow did 0. Yeah, void worked. Void did work. The defeated and broken tower avatar lies on the floor in the center of the room. As your champions fan out around the machinery, prepared to destroy once and for all, the avatar reaches out with spread fingers. Her eyes well up with tears. Mighty champions of Artara, you have defeated me. I will resist you no more. Destroy my last databank if you must. Erase me from existence if you must. 1,000 noble men and women gave their lives to defend Artara. In their name and honor, I give my life to fulfill their charge, but please, I beg of you, descend no further into the tower. There's nothing below but complete and total annihilation. Tears fall from Kayla's eyes at the Avatar's emotional plea. Powerful words, perhaps? Before Bourne can finish his sentence, Kane strikes at the machinery. He is so done with her. Maves extends her hand to stop the shield guard. Kay, wait! But it's too late. At Kane's blow, blue energy discharges throughout the databank machine, and in a moment everything is still and quiet. Behind your party, the tower avatar begins to glow. She lowers her head to the ground in despair. In the hall, secret passage, must listen. Okay. So... wait, what? The Avatar's luminescence shifts from red to blue. Her appearance changes to that which her party first encountered. But something is different about her eyes. She rises before your party with a smile. Greetings, I am the Tower Avatar. How may I help you today? Do you recognize us? I am sorry, I do not, but I have not met many Magi yet, and Father Creator Nanin says there are many. We wish to descend to the lowest level of the tower. Will you help us get there? Eek! Why would you want to go there? That's the dirtiest, coldest place in the whole tower. Plus, it's dark and scary. Would keep you safe, Sprite Lady, and I would greatly be in your debt if you helped us. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to leave this level without one of the Father Creators. Perhaps you would like to play a game. I love games. Remarkable. She's like a completely different person. A child, innocent, new to the world. The deed is done. The bottom of the tower awaits. Let us spend no more time here. Kane exits the databank chamber, leaving the other members of your party to give conflicted farewells to the now childlike Tower Avatar. Okay. The door that I was stuck at earlier just opened. Alright, what is over here? She said go through here, must listen. Okay, that's what I figured. This is a log. This is the place, the final words of the Avatar spoke of. I think we owe it to her to find out what she wanted us to see. The Queen of Shadows, for one, is intrigued. What purpose can it serve? We've already reset the Avatar, and the bottom of the tower awaits. Pressured by the other members of your party, Kane is convinced that you and your champions enter a small secret storage facility of technology and machine parts. Many silver recorders are piled here, but only one is flashing with a small green light. Kayla takes up the device and reveals it is set to play a recording. She activates the machine for all to hear. Tower Avatar Log 99. I am in complete despair, for I have verified a most alarming speculation. It is not Proteus who has been corrupted by the Organtai, but the Magi themselves. My very Father Creators are in league with the enemy, while the first Magus expends every ounce of life energy keeping the Organtai at bay. Such deception, such betrayal. I have trouble putting to words the feeling within me. Perhaps heartbroken is the proper word. But my despair only begins at this revelation. For now, I, the Tower Avatar, and I alone stand between Artara and those who would destroy it. There is but one course of action left to me. I vow here and now to defend the tower with all my being and ability, to honor the original Magi, the first Magus, and above all, protect the good people of Artara from the Organtai and all other threats that would stem from this structure at my creation. As I no longer serve the Magi, this will be my last recording. Tower Avatar signing off. She could have just told us this at any time. Kane falls to his knees, his will completely broken. What have I done? You mean we, laddie, we. What's wrong, Kay? I don't understand. This recording proves the Avatar's loyalty has been to the people, to Artara, all along. But it doesn't make sense. The recordings say the Magi were in league with Yorgante, and Proteus was good, so why was she set on keeping us from him? I don't know. She must know something else, something we've yet to discover. She was honorable, fulfilling her oath to the last, and I robbed Artara of such a loyal guard. Do not be so hard on yourself, King's Champion. As Rakim points out, it was a decision we all agreed upon. But you did not break your vows to accomplish this feat, Baron Boren. I've been a selfish, arrogant fool. I've broken my sacred vows, and I cannot undo the consequences of my actions. Kay. Maeve moves to Kane's side, but he turns away in shame. I am no longer fit to lead us. I should return alone to my lord and resign my position at once. Laddie, we need you now more than ever. Is there no way to repent for your mistake? Yeah, you're kind of the main tank. Please don't go. Only the king has the authority to grant me reprieve. A billow of black smoke concentrates before Kane. As the shield guard looks up, Whisper steps from the black pitch, her form for the first time completely flesh. She speaks with a tone that is firm yet lingers with a trace of compassion. Since no king is present, a queen will make do. Shield guard, your repentance is your reprieve. Kneel before me and renew your vows, and by the great spirits as my witness, I, the Queen of Shadows, will restore your grace. Kane pauses for a moment, unsure if Whisper's proclamation could possibly be official in any capacity. Then, as if waking from a long slumber, the shield guard drops to one knee and recites his pledge of duty and 7 vows. Your pledge is accepted. Now rise, Queen's Champion, and lead us to the final level of this tower and the destiny that awaits us. Okay. He is just one of those people that has to be following something he thinks is greater than him, or he just falls to pieces. Alright, looks like we've cleared this area, so now we'll head back toward the, that door that we saw open when we took down the 3rd databank. Where is a teleporter? If I use this travel disc, will I go to a teleporter? No, I am really far from a teleporter. Okay, we'll use the other travel disc. Okay, ah, perfect, right there. Alright, and where was it? This is tricky because the whole map looks finished and it's not. We ran past this earlier, so this is the one. Yes, 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 this is where we first logged in. Let's tap that quick save button. Haven't saved since we started the stream. Definitely don't want to have to replay 31 minutes if anything goes wrong. Alright, here's where the door was. It is open now. And there's... is that lava? A travel disc. Okay. What is this scroll over here? +1 to life. Okay, who among our main party has the lowest life? Let's see, 1788, 797, 505. Looks like Eric. Alright, so Eric has more hit points now. Where are we now? Warning, contaminated zone. Discovered new teleport. Okay. A few items. +1 to life. Alright. I know because I just checked that she's the next lowest. Console. The platform leads to an iron door sealed by fallen stone. The control panel before the door is active when your champions arrived. As Kayla tries to manipulate the controls, the console is suddenly overwhelmed by the digits 0 and 1. The mechanism must have been too heavily damaged by the fallen rock. There's some kind of enemy up ahead. Descend to lower level. Oh! So this is the last... I guess this is like the boss of this floor. And then the finale is down there, possibly? Nether power, greater magic, reflect, and summon void crystal. Alright, let's do it. Is that guy a boss,
Yes,
or is he
my
just
lord?
like a... Yes, boss health bar at the top of the screen.
How may I serve you?
Ready to serve, my
Alright.
lord.
Is this thing considered a wall? If it is,
Alright.
then the best spot would be
Of
over
course.
Affirmative.
here. Affirmative.
Acknowledge.
Maninata.
Can I help you? Yes.
Alright, every one of my offensive skills on cooldown or just auto-attacking now. And wait to see if any more mobs come from the sides. Or I should say
Right
wind.
between the
I know they will.
Unleash hell.
Heruami.
Right between the eyes.
He is 20% resistant to all elements. It's not too bad, considering the last boss had immunities.
Unleash hell.
Whoa! Alright, so I just used taunt, because he was starting to just walk away for some reason.
How may I serve you?
Unacceptable!
May the light guide your path.
Yeah.
Manimata.
Right between the eyes.
Maninata.
Fire.
Yo, stop walking away! Guy just keeps going.
Heruami.
I never miss.
Manimate.
How may I serve
Man,
you?
he just keeps wanting to just walk
Yeah.
away from the thing. That's
Maninata.
kind of scary.
Yes.
New boss stage.
Mani.
Yes.
At your service.
And Kane is now out of mana, so he can't taunt again.
Right between the eyes.
Maninata.
Yes, my lord.
Oh my. Stop!
I never miss.
My blade is yours to command.
Yo, I would really like to taunt right now.
Mani.
Yeah.
Manimate.
How may I help?
I would really like to taunt.
Shoot them.
Alright, let's have all
Yes.
the range shoot
Money.
this rock back here. Alright,
Ready
that's
to
gone.
serve, my lord.
Okay, taunt's actually off cooldown. What is going on with you? Oh, he's
Unleash
dazed.
hell.
Manimate. Manimate.
How may I serve you?
It sounds like our elf speaks Spanish or something with whatever he's
How may
saying.
I help?
Manimate.
Shoot them.
Yeah.
Assuming the fight ends when this guy goes down.
How may I
Oh, we
serve
lost
you?
our Titan. Oh my gosh.
Right between the eyes.
Big boy is gone.
My lord.
Oh, our tank is crowd controlled. Come on, dude. Back here. The rest of the party makes terrible tanks. Please. Oh, he's getting dazed and, oh my gosh. Oh, nice. The fight just ended. This guy was getting dazed, then immobilized, then dazed, then immobilized, and just kept, like, wandering away from the party further and further. Wow, the water at least did top damage for the summons.
All right.
I guess I'm so used to fighting things like 80-90% resistant to water that fighting something they could actually hit, all of a sudden they look amazing again. Alright, quick save. Alright, looks like we missed a couple battles and a couple chests, but we completed all the objectives of this floor. You can come back if you're a completionist, so for now I'm just going to descend. Alright. There's a skull on the map there. This must be like a spiral staircase. I'm guessing I'm going to find an enemy below where I was just standing. Oh, I'm excited. I want to see what the ending of this is. Oh my gosh, look at that pathway, guys. Is there anything over here? No. Is that where we're going? That giant portal? Is that Proteus's barrier? Yo, no wonder this thing is a touch laggy. This map is gorgeous. What is going on here? Anything? Glass tube. Partially constructed golem locked in place in a glass tube. An experiment or a trophy? The shadow constructs struggle relentlessly to breach the swirling wall of energy before them. Each attack sending forth a fountain of purple sparks and shakes the chamber with a thunderous boom. Though your party is only a short distance away and under no cover, the constructs seem oblivious to their presence. So many. The element of surprise will eliminate the advantage of their numbers. As if responding to Kane's comments, one of the constructs stops and turns to face him. Good job. A moment later, the area goes silent as all the constructs halt their attack and turn towards your champions. You were saying? Are these Organte? Void energy. Okay.
At your service.
Maninata.
Alright, so we're fighting on the
May
same
the
map, huh?
light guide your path.
So this is a fight until,
My command.
fight until the enemies stop coming type mission.
Yes.
%97 resistant to nature, 87 water, 77 air, immune to
Your wish
void.
is my command.
Wow.
Unleash hell.
Manimarte.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh! Oh man. Emergency
Will
stuff.
do.
Get back here. You are almost dead.
Affirmative.
Oh my gosh. I summoned a wall to stop their attacks.
Will do.
Kane almost
Yes.
ate it.
Mani.
Can I help you? Sure will.
Moving into position.
Gotta let my range shield take it. Usually I can see it send Kane over, and he can just solo one of the lanes. Not on these. Maybe it's because they hit for void damage, and he's got almost no void resist. They are just punching right through him.
Between the eyes.
Moving into position. Affirmative.
Yes.
Acknowledge.
Yes.
On it.
All right.
Manimarte.
I'm gonna turn off Kane's auto-pathing because I'm spending too much time
Affirmative.
leashing him backward.
Yes.
Manimarte.
Yes.
85%.
Yes.
How may I serve you?
Ready to serve, my lord.
He's just a sponge right now. Our healing totem.
My lord, your wish is my command.
98%. Okay, that was the last one. Alright, cool. So the guards are down. Continue down the stairway to hell. Glass tube, a figure resembling Avatar. It is swaying solely but does not respond to any actions. Is that like a prototype or something? Avatar, version alpha. Human figure, a most disturbing sight. A body made of metal looking so alike to you. What? They're gonna replace me with a robot. The minimap doesn't really show elevation differences, so you will not be able to return to the city after this point. Well, that's blunt, isn't it? Point of no return. Okay. Oh, do we have to fight you guys? If so, I'd like to do it before we get surrounded. You watch as your champions turn to face you with a look of great surprise on their faces. It is strange to no longer feel their thoughts and senses. Kain is quick to cover his heart with his hand and bow his head. My lord, it is good to see you again. The bottom of the tower awaits. But how did ye... all the way down here? Wait, so this is like the real me who is up on the surface? The Crystal Throne has more power than you can imagine, my friend. So that's supposed to be me who's been sitting upstairs the whole adventure. The energy of the barrier sends swirling patterns of light swimming across your champions as they stand before it. Born cautiously places his massive hands against the translucent wall. When the field does no harm, he shoves with all his strength. The Frostling's effort has no effect other than to cause the swirling patterns to condense around his hands. We have no means to penetrate this. I like how he tries pushing on it and he's just like, not possible. My arms are the mightiest things that we have and it's not possible. I don't understand. I thought we already disabled the barrier to reach Proteus. Nay, sister. The barriers you breached to disable the tower avatar were not of mine doing. This one, however, is. Oh, mysterious voice. The barrier before your champions flickers for a moment and then dies. Oh! Now that the last of you has arrived, come join me, the throne room is near. A tear in the fabric of space and time, a portal that leads not to another world or dimension, but an endless void of cold, dark nothingness. The party trembles at the jarring realization that the hovering black abyss is indeed the realm of the Argante. Though it seems impossible to peer through its ebony veil, the longer glance into the black reveals dark shapes twisting and contorting. Countless bodies and distorted faces rolling and merging into one another, separating back into many, an entire race of beings existing without end or beginning, motions that speak of agony or ecstasy. You watch captivated, unable to turn away, as if every lingering second beckoned a secret truth, the means to your enemy's defeat. Moments later, the searing pain behind your eyes, overwhelming nausea in your stomach, and irrepressible feelings of hatred snap you back to your senses. You haven't been the only ones watching. The Argante focus their ravenous appetites on you and your companions, the weight of their desire nearly bringing you to your knees. Rise up. Stand strong. Look not to the darkness, my friends. For you few, you mighty eight, are the last light of Artara, and before this day ends, the Argante will fear its brilliance. The voice is a familiar one. Resolved to end this quest, you and your champions turn away from the darkness and move toward the voice. Ah, he's back there. Proteus! At long last, our long journey is at an end. Come, friends. Okay, that's me talking. Wait, your grace, it may not be safe. As she runs in front. Anxious to catch up with the ancient engineer, your party rushes forward. Boldly pouring into the room, you nearly trample the young woman who has stopped frozen, staring forward intently. Your entire party stands within a great oval chamber, staring at the sight before you in complete awe and terror. What can only be described as an explosion of darkness frozen in time lies hovering in midair above the center of the chamber. This sounds like the, was it the first Avengers movie where at the end there was like the huge tear in space right above New York and they could see the aliens through it? This sounds like that. Hey, Chef Smitty, Man Animal, how are you both doing? It's going good, dude. We're at the finale of this game. We're at the very, very end. So if there is a final battle, I'm about to see it, and then I'll have this chapter completed. A geyser of black ink caught in a chaotic web of blazing bright energy. The longer you stare, the more some sort of bulbous ebony creature trying to claw its way out of the ink comes into focus. In a short distance, a weathered man garbed in the flowing robes of the Magi stands before a massive crystal throne. So that's over there. A far grander version than the one you yourself sat in just moments ago, face full of concentration and contempt as he holds his left arm outstretched above his head. There's a thin, almost invisible line connecting his body to a web of energy surrounding the explosion of darkness. So he's been keeping up that sneer on his face for 1,000 years? Have you ever witnessed anything like it? By the way, Man Animal, it was good to see you online again, man. I don't want to pry. I don't know what was going on in Man Animal life, but you know, I noticed you had been gone for like a month, and then I jumped on your Discord, and so I was like, hey, don't know how it's going, but I miss you. So, it's good to see you back. I'm glad whatever happened has settled down. Nay, friend Frohe, I don't even understand what I'm looking at. An explosion cannot just sit there. Be glad that it does, Rune Lord. I suspect little of this chamber would survive if it did not. Eric stands closer toward the darkness, his face drawn in fear. We may yet find out if your claim is accurate, Whisper. Whatever it is before us is not frozen in time, merely slowed. My elvish sight allows me to see the darkness creeping forward and the currents of energy pulsing around it. Eyes tearing. Brother, what has happened here? Do not lament, sister. Though my strength wanes, the Organte portal before you poses no harm to me, nor shall I allow it to harm you or your friends. Kayla steps toward her brother, but his face does not move in the slightest. His voice comes from behind. Turning to alleviate her confusion, the ancient engineer stands before you, staring into your eyes in complete shock. You see the glow of your own eyes reflecting in hers. You hear the voice in your head. Before you speak the words, any struggle is useless. You're powerless to resist them. As much as... Wait. Is my character Proteus? As much as I could embrace you with my own arms, my body is bound by the same temporal magic that holds the invaders at bay. To release myself is to release the Organte into our world. You raise your hand, caressing the top of Kayla's ear, a familiar gesture as if done 1,000 times before. My dear, dear sister, you were never meant to be here. Wait, what? So is my character just a body that this guy's head, like his brain hopped into, and I didn't even know I was him? The suspension pod was to protect you for 12 generations. I have failed you. Then why did you keep me there when I am perfectly fine? It was for your own good. It was never supposed to end like this. And like what? What's going on, Proteus? Talk to me. Behind the ancient engineer, Born, Whisper, and Rockham take note of a large crystal formation lurking in the shadows of the chamber, encased within each a fully clothed human body. Over there. All posed in positions of defiance and self-defense. One of them's a child. You step past your sister towards the three. They are the ones that have come before your lord I now possess. All held much promise, but none sufficed. He's a body snatcher now. So you killed them? Murder is too strong a word. They were sacrificed for the greater good. You look to each of your champions watching on, their faces distorted in distrust and disgust, all save Whisper, who drifts slowly beneath the explosion frozen in time above, toward Proteus and his crystal throne. By my own eyes I bear witness, as much as it grieves me to admit it, the prophecy of the Six is true. So there's 8 of us, but one of us, me, was Proteus, and one was his sister that we weren't meant to find, which leaves 6. What's that you speak of, your excellency? In the end of days, in the dying light, 6 will stand against godlike might. All will fall, yet none will fail. On their hallowed names, Artara will prevail. So, we're all gonna die? Whisper's form dissolves into a burst of black vapors. In the blink of an eye, a shadowy mass appears before Proteus' throne. As the mystic's body returns to flesh, an ebony dagger appears in her hand. She plunges the blade toward Proteus' throat. What? Deceiver! Destroyer! The Queen of Shadows denies you your triumph. Just before the blade pierces Proteus' chest, a hand of metal grabs Whisper's wrist. Have you lost your mind? He's my brother! Proteus' eyes shift toward his sister and the mystic. His lips barely move. So begins the end. So she just distracted him after 1,000 years of him holding this thing? These things eat star systems. What chance do I have against any of them? With a tower shaking thunderclap, time returns to normal, allowing the dark portal hovering above to complete its explosion. The eruption throws everyone in the chamber to the floor, sliding them hard into the far walls. Weakened and struggling for balance, Proteus rises to his feet first, his body sparkling with fragments of bright blue energy. Stunned, you and your champions each rise in turn, finding your own selves similarly enveloped with crackling blue energy. A deafening roar and tremendous gusts fill the chamber as a geyser of pitch-black, liquid-like substance gushes from the chamber floor. The dark matter disappears into the far wall as if the wall itself is nothing but an illusion. As the dark eruption flows, purple bursts of energy appear announcing the arrival of the Argante. You and your champions slowly retreat and regroup and watch as giant black embryonic masses spill through the portal. The shadow forms quickly take hold of the disgusting organic heaps, then disappear in a flash of purple light. The process repeats, the Argante clearly aware of your presence, but simply uninterested. You waste no time checking on Cain, Maeve, and the others. While much of the chamber has been destroyed by the explosion, amazingly, you and your champions, as Proteus promised, are unharmed. What can we do, my lord? By the way, loving the music. We've got to try and stop it. You cannot stop the inevitable. Proteus struggles to stand, stepping toward the gushing flow of black, seemingly mesmerized by the horrific sight. While the Mega stands distracted, a large purple glow flashes out, leaving in its wake a behemoth shadow construct, something much larger and completely unlike anything your champions have faced. The shadow immediately turns from the portal and approaches your party. Its eyes trailing long wisps of crimson energy, the creature opens its mouth, letting loose a growl-like moan. Proteus stumbles before the construct and raises his hand to halt its approach. Though the Magus can barely hold his hand outstretched, his voice is powerful and clear. Back! These 7 are with me. The shadow construct pauses, looks for a long moment at Proteus, then begins to turn back. Without warning, the Abomination of Darkness whips around and shoves Proteus down, hurling him against the floor. Coming to rest a few feet away from you, the Magus looks to you and tries to rise. His body still weakened from his time on the Crystal Throne, he calls to you in your mind, asking for aid. Without second thought, you rush to his side and help him to his feet. As you do so, you look back to see the behemoth construct converging on your champions. Final fight? Oh boy. 0 resistances, immune to void damage though. Paralyzing Void shoots 2 projectiles that paralyze the target. Void Rain, effects unpredictable. Void Pull pulls 2 targets to him. Drain Life Force drains life from multiple targets, which means they get hurt and he gets healed.
Yes.
Ready to serve, my lord. Acknowledge.
Shoot them.
Sure will.
Shoot them, sure will.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, so...
Yeah.
Yes.
Maninata.
Yes.
Let's first try just our standard vanilla tactics and see what they do. So because he has no resistances, I'm actually doing a lot of damage. Like, he has triple the health of the last boss we faced, but he has 0 resistances.
How may I serve you?
Usually I have to just use certain moves, but I can use anything this time. Champions of Artara, I may be physically too weak to fight this abomination myself, but I am far from powerless to aid you. Take from me a fraction of what I possess and send this construct back to the darkness from which it came. What? Oh, our skill cooldowns just got drastically reduced, mana regen, and skill damage drastically increased. Okay. I'll take it.
Right between the eyes.
Mani.
Yeah.
At your service.
Maninata.
New boss stage, so you probably just got additional abilities.
Yes.
Yes.
Manimarte.
I'm almost afraid to say it, but this isn't. Whoa! Who just got pulled in? Kayla did. Back up, girl. What is this big
Okay.
red circle he's doing?
Yeah, alright, I'll go.
Oh, that's Void Rain. Great.
Sure will.
Alright, you stay in the circle.
Right between
Let's have
the eyes.
Eric and Maeve move into the circle.
Le Merna.
On my way. I never
Why
miss.
did you... Okay, so have you smoke screen in there.
Ready to serve, my lord.
Oh, he's doing the drain. Okay. Alright, so I just put a wall around the boss. The purpose of that was to break his line of sight and
Shoot
stop the
them.
drain life beams.
Mani Marte.
So no one can damage
Yeah.
each other because of that wall I put around him. But again, it stopped the
Mani
drains.
Nata.
Yes.
How may I serve you?
All of
How
us just
may
got
I help?
immobilized. Oh my god, there's so much stuff raining down.
Right between the
Kill him
eyes.
before he does the drain again. That would be a problem.
Mani Marte.
Can I help you?
Oh, I
I
just
will
realized he
How may I
did
serve
the
you?
yank in ability on my engineer and my ranger.
My lord.
Deal. Yes. All right, that boss is down. Is there more? Seems kind of silly that it's giving us
Your
loot if that's the last
wish
fight of the
is
game.
My command.
You defeated the Shadow. Alas, it was only a tiny fragment of Organte essence. Rest now and talk to me again when you're ready to finish your journey. I'm gonna just hit quick save. We did a hard save outside this room. You don't understand. Proteus has let the Organte into your world, yet he saved you and your allies from the explosion of the portal and the monstrous shadow. What have you done? Whisper flies into a rage, lunging towards Proteus with her hand ablaze with magical energy. Kayla, Bourne, and Maeve fall upon the mystic, restraining her with all their effort. We must destroy him while we can. The prophecy is true. Well, I might back your play if you had told us what the prophecy was. I don't know what's come over you, Whisper, but now is not the time to lose our heads. Kane, Rakem. As Kane and Rakem approach, Whisper stops resisting and instead mumbles to herself. The prophecy, you don't understand. We're doomed. All of Artara is doomed. With a sudden flurry of resistance, Whisper explodes, more intent than ever to end Proteus. It takes the combined effort of all your champions to control her. She is strong. Let me go, fools! Proteus must die! Do not be too harsh with your companion. If not for her help, you may not have reached me. Her effort till now has been exemplary. You have all done exemplary, as well as I could have hoped for. Proteus shakes his head, his face long with disappointment loses much of its color. You do not know the pains to which I suffer, that you must now all die, that I must take your lives. Your champions go limp in disbelief, loosening their hold on Whisper. Still trying to comprehend the first Magus' words, you watch as the mystic shakes herself free. Your disbelief has squandered our greatest chance. Now unhand the Queen of Shadows. Rushing to Proteus' side. What are you saying, brother? Tell me you don't mean it. I truly wish it were not true, but their lives I must take. No, I won't allow it. My dear sister, do not despair. You have been the single greatest light in my life. I never intended to rob the future of your spirit. That is why I had you placed in the suspension pod. You will be spared of what is to come. You will go back into the suspension. Back to that frozen box for another 1,000 years. I'd rather die. By the great spirits, what happened to you, Proteus? Time has happened. So much time. If you saw the world as I see it, you would know that it is the only way. Perhaps my brother truly was lost 1,000 years ago. I won't let you do it, Proteus. I won't let you do any of it. Kayla lunges toward her brother, her robotic hand recoiled in a fist, prepared to strike a devastating blow. Proteus turns to face you, his face relaxed, his eyes unconcerned. With a wave of the back of his hand, Kayla freezes motionless. Her eyes open wide as her body turns to a pallor blue. Small crystals of ice frost over her skin as the sparkle in her eyes is extinguished. Your entire party moves swiftly to Kayla's defense. With weapons drawn in magic charge, they rush against Proteus. If it's a fight you want, Magus, it's a fight you'll get. and you will find your weakened physical state, we are more than capable to overcome you. I don't know, he just did that. Proteus steps back, his face scrunched in anger. His eyes glow bright blue, and his body writhes with magical energy. Yet as Boren points out, his frame is indeed weakened. This effort causes Proteus to tumble to his knees. With his head lowered to the ground, almost out of breath, the Magus speaks softly. You dare attack me, Proteus. Proteus looks up to your champions. His voice grows strong and loud. I am the first and last Magus of Artara. If not for mortal beings, it is not for mortal beings such as you to decide my fate. If you choose to offer your lives through combat, so be it. But I can't use the engineer? As Kane's sword comes crashing down against Proteus's lowered head, you lunge forward and block the attack with your own blade. You again feel another presence in your body. No matter how hard you try, you cannot resist Proteus's will. My lord, why do you defend him? He seeks to kill us. And so he shall. I would have given you honorable, clean, peaceful deaths. Instead, you choose to die in violence. Get back, Kay. That's not my lord, it's Proteus. The Frostling is right, of course. In my weakened physical condition, you would have been more than a match for me. But in this body, with all my power at its command, you have no chance of defeating me. What do we do now? The only way to stop Proteus is to harm my lord. You watch yourself swing your blade at your old friend. Your heart crumbles at the thought of killing Kane and the others you care about. Then in the back of your mind, you sense the feeling of despair is not your own. Somehow a piece of Kane and the others remains connected to you, even without the crystal throne beneath you. You summon every ounce of will that remains your own and speak to your champion's minds one last time. Do not hesitate. Kill me. Oh my gosh, no! You. The final boss is you. What a freaking twist, man. The end of the game, you play other people and you're the boss.
My blade is yours to command.
Oh my gosh, I'm controlling 6 people. I don't have the engineer, who's my top damage dealer, and I'm using 2 people that I never leveled up.
Mani Marte.
Yes, moving.
I shall be victorious.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yes, my lord. At your service.
Well, some of you are gonna die pretty quick.
All right.
Heru Amin.
On my way.
For honor and glory.
Okay.
Mani Marte.
Orders.
Let's see, Firestorm, and then Fireball. Trying to remember all their moves, honestly.
Yes.
Slay them.
Don't think I can mind control
How may
me
I
or
help?
Proteus. Oh no, hold on. One of them has thorns.
Right between the eyes. All right. On my way.
My my ranger is killing herself on the thorns damage.
Mani.
Aye, my lord.
I shall be victorious.
Yes.
Who is that? That's probably Kate. Yeah, okay. That's the Frostling guy that I never leveled up, so it's completely normal for him to be almost dying anytime he gets breathed on.
Going.
My blade is yours to command.
Mani Marte.
Man, I don't know what to do with this gal because of these freaking thorns. I'm just gonna pull her back for now.
Orders.
Unleash hell.
No! Oh my god, I pulled her way back there. She's gonna die.
Your wisdom is my
She had an arrow in
command.
there. I moved her back here so that she would not interfere, and she still managed to kill herself. I'm not even gonna revive her right now because
At your service.
I think should die again.
Mani.
Yes, sire.
I'm not sure which one has the thorns. I'm not sure if that's Proteus or if that's Mukluk that has the thorns.
At your service. Ready to serve, my lord.
Money.
So my top damage dealer is frozen in the crystal. My second top damage dealer killed herself on thorns. Can I turtle my way through this fight like this?
My blade is yours to command. At your service.
I just used all my healing skills at once.
Yes, my lord.
So at this point, it's basically 2 tanks. Oh, I forgot about Whisper. I can use her stuff. Whisper's like the last damage dealer. She's not max level though. I used her for a while in the mid game.
At your service.
Your deeply wounded body collapses to the floor and protective magic around Proteus dissipates. All the champions turn to him now, their faces twisted with anger at what they had just done. Okay,
Yes, my
let's
lord.
try resurrecting Maeve now.
I never miss. Coming.
And I don't know if he has
I-
thorns, so let's try this. He doesn't. She is not killing herself. That's fantastic.
Heru Amin.
My blade is yours to command.
Yours to command. Oh my. Okay, cool. Maeve can take care of that.
Shoot them.
My lord? How may I help you?
Yes.
Maninata.
Dropping onto the healing totem. Why does she
Right
keep backing up?
between the eyes.
There we go.
Manimarte.
No, there. She just did it again. All right, hold on. Stand the ground.
Consider it done.
Stop moving around.
Manimarte.
Weirdo.
At your service.
Slay them.
My blade is yours to command.
Yes.
The party interface is a little weird right now because the whole game you can only control 4 people. This is the only fight in the entire game where you can control 6. So the party interface is kind of not designed for that, I guess. Like, there's no way that I could quickly select party members 5 to 6.
Yes.
Manimarte.
I just have to use the mouse for those last 2 party members. Who's the? Oh,
Yes.
that's one of the elementals.
Mani.
Yes.
What? Why is she CC? Where is she?
Very well.
Manimarte.
Death to the weak. Shoot them.
Okay.
Heru Amin.
My lord?
There's a lot of
Ready
stuff
to
raining
serve,
down.
my lord.
Does he still have 0 resistance? No, they're actually. Wait. Oh no! One of his resist is 92. He's a pretty sturdy boy.
Yes.
Orders.
Doing all right though.
Yes.
This would probably be faster if I had leveled up the other 2 people, but I picked the party members I enjoyed playing and I leveled them up. I didn't worry about the others.
Manimarte.
Right between the eyes.
May the light guide your path.
Yes.
He's getting there. 8% health.
Heru Amin.
Yes.
Thing is, like, even if we kill this guy, did the Organte still pour into the world? Is it like, you've beaten the story, the world loses, Earth is over. Like, we don't have Tony Stark with a nuke to throw through the portal at this point. And, oh, nice, one enchant gem reward. 1.7k. Wow, that did garbage damage, didn't it? It was rough without the engineer. With her frozen, that was awful. What's to stop him body hopping again? Your champions gather around your collapsed body. Their tired, beaten faces have a look of genuine despair. Maeve places her loaded crossbow at your head. Close your eyes, my lord. You won't feel a thing. Rakem rushes over to the Magus' limp body on the floor. We'll kill the Magus. That'll break the control. Boren sweeps Proteus off the floor with one hand. A fine idea. He just picks up an old man. Let me bash him against the stone. This is no spell to be broken, my friends. Proteus has taken over my lord's body. How do you know? There is but one way to end his murderous trap. Kain, you've been wrong at every turn this whole adventure. Kain nods to Maeve. Sweat breaks across her brow. After a moment of hesitation, she lowers her crossbow. It's okay, Maeve. This duty should be mine. As Kain takes a stance before you and pulls his blade back high, Proteus wills you to speak. In your weakened condition, he no longer has dominion to control you. Yet feeling a sense of genuine urgency, you recite the words. At the same time, Proteus's body speaks them as well. Wait, hold your blade. You do not understand. Do not hesitate, Shield Guard. Take him now before he escapes. Kain holds his blade steady. Artara is already doomed. Our world is lost. Not by my doing. This became fact the moment the Argante portal opened. I merely used all my power to prolong the inevitable, to buy time. Time for what? To plan and plot, to set things in motion, to save what could be saved, but most of all, to wait for him, and for all of you. There is no stopping the Argante. Our only chance here is to save what we can. A task I no longer have the power to achieve on my own. But as my Magus and brothers and sisters did 1,000 years ago, you few can grant me such power through your sacrifice. For what? To transport as many of our people as possible to the tower, then transport it far away to another world, where Artara may be reborn. The only way I can do this, the only way to save our people, is with your life energy. There is no other option. There is no more time. I speak the truth. If you leave here today with your lives, all is undone. As the words weigh heavily on your champions, Proteus evacuates your body, leaving you in crippling pain. Boren releases the first Magus, dropping him to the floor where he spits up dark crimson blood. I tried to tell you, I take no pleasure in taking your lives. If I could give my own in your place, I would, without hesitation. But the only way to save our people is through your sacrifice. So brave champions, I leave it to you. Strike me down for all that I have done. Doom everyone you know and love and end our civilization, all civilizations, as the Argante will come to devour them all eventually. Or give yourselves now and grant our people a second chance. The choice is yours. Before you decide, I give you one final vision, that which shall come to pass for our world and countless others should you strike me down. I've spent 1,000 years in the presence of the Argante, listening to their maddening whispers, feeling their insatiable hunger, seeing their collective memories. I know them for the soulless, malevolent beings they truly are, an unstoppable virus whose only purpose is to consume and reproduce. After they have devoured Artara, the Argante will spread across the galaxy, targeting every inhabited world. There will be no threats, no parley, no chance to defy and combat them. They will simply burn 1 billion planets to ash, absorbing all the life energy within. The Argante will leave no path of destruction behind. Once the universe is emptied of life, they will consume all stellar matter. Ice giants, suns, nebulas, black holes, asteroids, cosmic dust, nothing will be spared. The universe will be stripped bare. In the Argante's wake, nothing will remain, not even a single photon of light. All will be black. Kill me now, and this is the future you set in stone. Proteus's truth strikes hard into the brittle hearts of you and your champions. Everyone draws silent and still, only the swirling wind and gushing sound of the Argante dimensional rift remains, until at last Whisper steps forward. The prophecy. Could I have misunderstood it this whole time? All will fall, yet none will fail. On their hollow names Artara will prevail. My people are a proud and ancient race. I sense the truth of your words now. The Queen of Shadows will not live, only to see her people erased from the Book of Time. Let it be known that the Queen of Shadows was the first. That her courage and her light showed the way. The Queen of Shadows' light. Whisper walks before Proteus, looking each of your champions as she passes. Black vapor pours from her body. Crimson energy burns at her hands up along her forearms. You require the energy that is me? Then take it, all that I am and more. Proteus extends his hand, and with a slight rush of air, Whisper dissolves into 1,000 pieces of sparkling light. Wow, she didn't even talk with everybody else. Proteus' stance straightens once the mystic is no more. It looks like I was wrong, lad. I'll not be seeing you back to your forest after all. It is a promise I absolve you from, my friend, and one I sincerely appreciate. We elves don't believe in death as others do. We make the sacrifice without hesitation, but you, Master Smith. Of course, lad. It is the king's duty to lay down his life for his people. King? The sentiment of surprise is shared by everyone but Boren. Did they not know? But Jarl Dwarf is the crest of Master Smith of the First Order. Only a Dwarven king lays claim to such a title. Eric bows with a heartfelt grin. My lord! So this whole time, we didn't know that he was a king. Eric steps before Proteus and speaks in its native tongue. Tell me one thing before I go to see my ancestors, First Magus. Does another life oak seed grow somewhere in the world? Proteus replies in Elvish. You have spent much of your life seeking such a seed. Are you sure the truth would not unsettle you, especially now before you depart this world? Tell me, despite the Organte, I must know if my people's fate is sealed. Then rejoice, noble elf, for they are hidden by centuries and only grow when touched by Mother Nature's bosom. Many such seeds still exist in Artara. The elf closes his eyes and drops his head in a gesture of great relief. Then there is still hope for my people. I am ready now. Wait just a second, I said. As long as I draw a breath, I see back to your forest. We'll go together, or not at all. Rakem moves to each of your champions and lays into them with a mighty bear hug, winking to Maeve, just so I remember what it's like to be in the arms of a beautiful lass. Rakem shakes your hand and nods without word, then steps back alongside Eric. Though I don't share our king's emotional affection, know that I have grown quite fond of all of you, and wish you all safe travels to wherever the next adventure lies. Oh my gosh, this sucks. Bleh. The chamber fills with light. When the illumination dissipates, all that remains of Rakem is a mound of ash and dirt. Of the elf, a dozen silver butterflies flutter about before slowly fading away. So these two have been flirting the whole time, so I'm guessing he's next, and then possibly them together. You could swear Proteus's hair darkens in color. His face no longer expresses the pains of a 1,000-year-old body. Boren steps alongside Maven and Kane. Yo, his sister is gonna be pissed when she comes out of the crystal. He's like, yeah, I killed all your friends. I need time to prepare. Oh, wow. Maeve and Kane stare into each other's eyes. What a surprise. Though nothing is spoken, much is said. After all this, even what you just said, none is spoken. Even with the fate of everyone and everything hanging in the balance, I find myself feeling selfish. I don't want to go. Kane's eyes fill with sudden panic. Maeve, The marksman places a single finger over Kane's lips. All this time together, and now you decide to confess your feelings? A coy smile breaks across her face. If only there were more time. But there isn't. This isn't easy for me to say, Kay, but with you by my side, I think I can... Our people are counting on us. The world is counting on us. We must fulfill our duty. Tell us, Proteus, is there anything after death? Will we be together in another life? Proteus smiles and nods to Kane and Maeve. Do not fear. Death is not what you think it is, and time is like the river that leads to the sea, with tides that flow both ways. Kane turns to you, but you recoil. The thought that you have led your dearest friends to his death turns your stomach. My lord? Can the two of you ever forgive me? What is there to forgive? Your loyalty has led you to your deaths. Grasping Maeve's hand tightly, it is our honor to die so that our people may live. Farewell, friend. You struggle to hold back the tears and raise up your hand. Kane takes it firmly and nods. Maeve places hers over the two of yours and nods. Unlike you and Kane, she cannot hold back the tears, though she ignores them. Surprised that Boren is last. Kane and Maeve step back before Proteus. They look to him and turn back to each other, embrace and kiss. With another wave of his hand, the color of Maeve and Kane drains from their forms. Within seconds, they stand before you frozen in an eternal kiss of stone. I thought they were disintegrating. You take a deep breath and look up as Boren steps before you. He gazes down at you beneath hard, stoic eyes. It is because of you our people will get a second chance. It is because of you this is not the end. I cannot express my gratitude. The Frostling Yo, the boss could have simply shown them, like, an illusion, a fake vision, and then convinced them all to stop killing him. The Frostling lumbers over to the statue of Maeve and Cain and kneels before them. Placing one hand atop each of them, he drops his head and chants in deep, reverberating tone. But people will not forget what happened here in this tower, not as long as this memory stone exists. Oh, did he turn their statues into a memory stone? After a few moments, the Frostling rises to his feet and turns to face Proteus. Without word, Proteus nods. A massive gust of frost and ice blasts through the chamber, forcing you to shield your eyes. Until we meet again. When you look again, Borin is no more. You and Kayla, suspended in time by unknown means, are all that remains of you and your 7 champions. Proteus now looks 20 years younger, healthier, and stronger, turns to you, peering deep into your eyes as if examining your very soul. Perhaps somehow, since that day we first met when I was a boy, I've known that this day would come. I'm ready. For Atara, send me to where my friends have gone. Proteus turns and looks up at the Organte portal, now twice the size that it was when you first entered the chamber. You hear the first Magus' thoughts in your mind. You led a band of champions from different walks of life with conflicting goals through this perilous tower. You are a strong and capable leader. You stand before me now, ready to give your life. You are a brave and honorable man. Your will and life energy are truly great, but you must live. What? No! You took their lives. You can't let me alone while they have made the ultimate sacrifice. No! Yes, I must. Now it is time you know the complete truth. You better tell me something and not just roll the credits after. You must know the complete truth. This better be a cinematic and not the credits. Ending, okay.
So here we are. 2 minds in 1 body. You witnessed what I have done. I opened the portal and let the Organte through.
Hey, Tiger.
The ultimate betrayal. Shadow constructs are ravaging the land, destroying everything and everyone in the path. They leave me alone, for they believe I am the ally of their masters. Yet you must understand the reasons for my actions. For I did not lie those many years ago when you were a child and our minds touched for the first time. The world can be saved, and only you can do it. The entire world, our galaxy. If we let the Organte set foot on this land, they will soon ravage all the other planets in our galaxy too. The Organte passed through the bridge into our world, but they are weak. They come from a place with different laws of physics. They are disoriented, stunned. They have to assume physical bodies and need time to adjust to our energy. A lot of time. And if something has a physical shape, it can be destroyed. My actions were for that reason. My life force was the only thing blocking the bridge. And I am dying. If I were to die and they were to enter the world, they would be unopposed. They would bide their time recovering. And when they were ready, they would destroy everything. For such is their nature now, hateful and evil. I spent a long time in the presence of those beings. I understand them now in more ways than they understand themselves.
Spooky looking.
They might have been a grand and noble civilization, but now only a husk remains, their nature overpowered by the need to consume and destroy. I also understood one thing that they do not know yet. In our universe, they will not be able to transcend again. They will remain as they are now, in physical form. They will need to send their constructs to nearby stars, to absorb their energy, filter it, and feed on it slowly. Don't be fooled, however. They will awaken eventually and start rebuilding their civilization. So I am releasing your mind now. Take this body and all the knowledge I possess and escape this world, for it is already doomed.
What?
I have gathered the remaining survivors in the tower, and I will shift it across vast space to another planet. where you can settle in peace.
You already said they
I
eat
will
all
transfer
space.
my consciousness to this shadow and remain here. I will walk among the Organte unnoticed, observing them and confusing them if I can, for as long as I can. You have a different task. You must rebuild the civilization and grow in strength. You must pass the knowledge of what has happened to your descendants, and they must stand vigil. When the time comes, you must be ready to return to this world and destroy the enemy once and for all.
But if too much
For
time
only
passes, they
then
become invulnerable again.
Can I be redeemed? Stand vigil. Watch the sky with an ever open eye. When stars dim and start to die, come swiftly, or the end follows nigh.
I'm so confused. Oh my gosh. Holy. Let's skip the end cinematics. So, he said that while the Organte were... Oh my gosh, I'm wrapping my head around this. So early on in the series, we saw a video of the Organte, and they were this race that consumed, like, all matter. And they were super intelligent, and they didn't go for civilized planets, but then they ate everything else. And they're like, you know what, we don't want to eat people, we're going to starve ourselves. And they flew off into space and starved themselves. But they wouldn't die. So after, like, centuries of starving themselves, they went insane with hunger and lost their minds. And then they started eating everything. So they ate everything, all peoples, all planets in their world, and then they're trying to get into ours, so they're still insane. And then this whole story happens. And then he says that they'll consume everything in the universe. So I'm like, okay, he's going to throw us into another dimension to escape these things. But he just said, I'm just going to teleport the tower to another world far away in the galaxy, which seems like it's still going to be vulnerable. And then he said that when they come through into our world, they have to assume physical forms, so they will be vulnerable for a time. So it's like, okay, so we've got a short time that we could fight back. But then he said, go gather your forces far off in space, and you know, in the future, then you could fight. And it's like, you just said we were really short on time. So I'm not real clear on what was supposed to happen there, unless it's possible I'm confused, it's possible as writing, I don't know. But it was entertaining. It was entertaining. And that concludes Tower of Time. We did one full playthrough of the game on hard mode. Oh. Whoa, there's new modes now, y'all. What is this? Normal? RPG Lite. Customize your party as you wish. Or permadeath. Oh god. So I'm guessing, okay, yeah, so if you don't play on normal, you get all the champions at the beginning. Yep, all 7 champs available from the beginning. That's cool.